It's good to be here, only because I don't think before I speak sometimes, and that will get you into trouble. Clearing customs. They do not have a sense of humor. I was in England, and I get there, and the guy's like, "Hello, what is the purpose of your visit?" And I went, "To hear you sing Chim Chimney." And then he gives you a test that goes, "Hello, hello, hello." But I also, I've been to Afghanistan twice to entertain the troops, and, I never really thought about it, you know, and then I realized, not the smartest thing I've ever done in my life, being a Jew, going over there to the desert. I don't know if you know the history of my people in the desert. Yeah, we don't do well. Last time we were there, we spent 40 years walking 1.5 kilometers. It was... That's why Jews dance in a circle now. We don't trust one guy to lead us anywhere. We are like, you hold on. I will punch you in the face if you let go. And then I come back home and I had my first health scare. That's always fun. 38 years old. One night, just go to the radio station, start sweating. My hands are shaking, my eyes are blurry. So I call my brother, because he's a jeweler. But we're Jewish, I figure one of us has to know a doctor, right? That's the law. They take your foreskin, you get a card. He kept his, thankfully. So he actually does know a doctor, and he says, okay, he's not working, he's gonna meet us at the entrance of the emergency room. We get there, and the guy goes, so what did you have? You know, what were your symptoms? And I tell him, he goes, did you ever have chest pain? And I said, no. He says, okay, when you're gonna go in, and see a nurse, she's going to ask you a bunch of questions, take some tests. If she says, did you have chest pain? Say yes. All right. I go in, I don't know if you've ever been to an emergency room here in Montreal, but they hire the friendliest people to greet you, to make you feel at ease. What's wrong with me? Nothing. You? Come here, you crotchety. I'll give you a hug. So she goes, sit down, we're going to take your temperature. Takes my temperature. And then she goes, we're going to take some blood. And I say to her, look, I'm not a fan of needles. She goes, oh, big man doesn't like needles. So she goes, give me your arm. Look away, count to 20, it'll be over. All right, give her the arm. She puts that little string on. Turn away. I'm now at 40. And I go, are we done? I hear, don't look, don't look. Well, don't look, don't look. You're going to look. Don't think of a pink elephant. I turn, all I see is her, covered in my blood. All it's missing is the sound effect from the horror movies. Very calmly, what the hell are you doing? I didn't know what to do. I'm like, I've never been to medical school, but the big blue thing, that's your target. She goes, well, we'll patch you up and we'll take your blood pressure. Blood pressure, pretty sure it's low now, maybe, yeah. She patches me up. She goes, oh, by the way, did you have chest pain? I figure at this point, I need something, so I figured I'd embellish, because I remember what Dr. Jiminy Cricket told me. So I was like, oh my God, it was horrible. Well, I am here to tell you that if you tell anybody in an emergency room in Canada that you have chest pain, that is the American Express, front of the line, get in a bed and sit in a hallway for the next 18 hours. I said chest pain, she snapped her fingers. These two orderly guys just swoop me up, gear me down, put that one size fits all thing on. And I'll tell you this, it fits around, but I'm 6'4", I'm not embarrassed to tell you this. My balls, they're low, they hang low. That's how my brother knew where to find me, just followed the trail of Swiffer Nut. Where is he? Oh, never mind, there he is. There he is. So here I am lying in a bed in a hall with dusty nuts, feeling good about myself. And they hook you up to these monitors. They get the stickiest little patches and they hook them up to the hairiest parts. It's a big joke at nursing school. And they hook you up and it's just a little boop, 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 boop. And if one falls off or a wire comes out, you flatline. And that's when I found out nurses don't find that funny. Because I went to my brother, I go, watch this, and I took one off, and it went boop, and I went limp. I did that, my nurse quit. She's like, I'm done, I'm out of here, you get a new one. All right. Now my new nurse walks in. He's a kid who does not speak any official language of the universe. I don't know if you remember Lutka from Taxi. He's my nurse. And my patch keeps falling off, so all the things are not working. So I'm like, hey, buddy, I need a new patch, because... Every time he talks, my blood pressure off the chart. I start yelling at him, look! I need you to go find a bucket to make a boop boop. No boop boop without bucket. You go! He disappears. 4 hours later, he shows up. I'm like, yes, that's it. He puts it on, hooks it up, everything's in order. I'm thinking, thank God. But now, he goes under my bed, and he pulls out a roll of tape. I have never seen a roll of tape this big in my life, and I'm thinking, what are you going to do with that? Is there a leak in a pipe? And now, as he's pulling it, the glue is struggling to break. And I'm thinking, oh, no. And then he cuts it, and in a ninja-like move, he slaps it on. Okay, and he walks away. 12 hours later, the doctor shows up for the first time. Joey, we have good news. You're suffering from exhaustion and dehydration. You can go home, take some pills, sleep lots. All right. Hey, doc, what about this? He doesn't even turn around, just reaches back. And now I have chest pain. But I'm not saying anything because that's what got me into this mess in the first place. Folks, thank you so much.